Hello everyone and welcome. This is Heather here from Mercantile, and you have arrived on day 2 of our DIY Advent calendar, where we'll be having 25 days of projects that you can make with felt, of course, for either decorations for your tree or for felt food presents for your kiddos for Christmas. So let me get started today and show you what we need for this project. So we're going to need to cut out 2 stars that are both tan in color and 1 star that is just a little bit smaller than the tan one. So for this project, we will need some tan thread, some white thread. You can use poly, cotton, whatever you have lying around. Then we will need some embroidery floss. You can use green, red, whatever you would like to use for colors for your sprinkles on your cookies. Then of course some scissors, not needed but always handy, a pokey stick, aka chopstick, and of course our trusty needle. So let's get started, and if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up liked button, and don't forget to subscribe. You can hit the bell button for notifications every time we post a new video. And please comment and let me know what you'd like to see in new videos, so I can pretty much show you how to make anything that you'd like to make. Please let me know. Alrighty, let's get started. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with our cream piece, which I guess would be the icing on our sugar cookie. Yeah, that's what we're going with, icing. So I am using red embroidery floss for this one. You don't need to separate your threads. I don't, just because I use all 6 strands, just because I like the look of the chunkier stitch for the sprinkles. So you're just going to make a knot, come in from, this is the bottom now, pick a side, and we're just going to go over a tiny bit and back through the fabric. So we're gonna do this a bunch of times. We just get a single stitch, come up in another spot, and put as many as you'd like to get the effect that you're looking for. You can use 1 color, 2 colors, however many colors you want. I'm just gonna do red for this tutorial just to show you how to do it. But I'm going to keep going and we will show you again when it's done. Alrighty, so there we go. I put about 30 stitches in there just for reference. So on the back here you can see I just, anytime the fabric pulled, I just flattened it out a bit there. So our 30 stitches, I'll show you how we finish that one off. Just go underneath here. You'll want to make a loop. I showed in the last video that if you're using embroidery floss to tie off, you don't want to do more than the 2 loops. It makes a thick enough knot, but if you do more than 2, then it tends to bind up, and we don't want that because then we have a silly finished product. So it doesn't really matter what the back of your product looks like because we're gonna hide it. Grab your scissors, cut that off. And then the next step is to take one of our tan pieces, place that on. See, we get to hide all our dirty work. And then we're going to switch over to the white or cream colored thread and applique this piece onto the back piece. Okay, so now that we have our white or cream colored thread on there, we'll just want to line this up all nice and centered. Then we will come in from the bottom just along the edge of the cream part, so it will be in a bit, and then back down through the top and up through the bottom, back down through the top, and we're just going to do that all the way around our star. When we get to the end, we'll just tie it off the way that I showed you with the embroidery, except we'll do three loops around this time to make our tie. So I will save you having to watch me do the whole thing, and I'll see you in a second when it's all done. All right, welcome back. We have sewn all the way around the edge here, nice and tight, and we've hidden all the stitches that we didn't want to see. So next we will take our second piece of tan, match it up with the first, and take your tan colored thread. We're gonna want to, I like to come in from the inside to hide our knot. The inside of one, just hide that in there. Then we're gonna sandwich it together and just go around and whip stitch the entire outside piece. So to whip stitch, you just come in from the bottom, out through the top. Oh my goodness. If you run into one of these snags, the easiest way to do this, pull the loop with your needle and pull the knot out that way. Oh, see, we end up with a little tiny one. Pull the loop. And then eventually, if you keep doing that, you will undo your knot. So just keep coming up from the bottom and through the top, all the way around. And we're going to stop just at this side. So we're going to leave this bit open so we can stuff it. But don't worry about tying it off. We will stuff it without tying it, so we can just have one tie at the end. So I'll see you in a second. Alrighty, so we have whip stitched around the whole entire edge, leaving this space open. We are going to take some of our polyfill, which I know I forgot to mention in materials. I apologize. We're getting the hang of this video thing. So we'll take a bit of polyfill. I always like doing the furthest star point first. Then I will do the side star points just to make sure they're all nice and filled out. We don't want to stuff this too much because it is supposed to be a flat-ish cookie. But just make sure all those star points are filled. So I've left these two open without stuffing just because I'm going to do a bit more sewing on here with the whip stitch before stuffing them. It's just a bit easier when you don't have to sew something that's already been stuffed. So now that we're at this corner here, I'm going to use this opportunity to stuff this star point here. There, we just want it to be, just give it a little bit of puffiness. We don't want to make them look like super hyped up ginormous cookies. And we'll just do a couple more stitches. I don't want the hole to be too small when I'm stuffing. Put the very last bit of polyfill in this little corner here. Pokey stick comes in handy for this. Then we want to make sure it's all inside. Got a nice flat shape. And just a tiny bit more for consistency's sake. Okay, so once that's all in, make sure as much is inside as possible, because if you sew over top of it, you will get these little wagglies out the side there, which you can always cut off. It's not the end of the world, but anything we can do to save time, right? So we'll finish whip stitching and tie it off. There we got to the end. And the closer the thread color to the color of felt you're using, the quicker you can sew, the more forgiving it is of your perhaps not the straightest sewing. So then we want to loop 3 times and pull that off. Nice tie. Cut off the excess. And there we go. We got ourselves a sugar cookie. So here's some ones I've made before. You can put a tie on them if you'd like to hang it from the tree, or you can just keep it as the cookies. But I've also made ones that are trees. You can make ones that look like candy canes, pretty much any shape you would like. Maybe maintaining the Christmassy theme wouldn't be a bad idea. But there's our sugar cookies, and I'll show you the cookies on the tree and also in a play food setting. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that alert button so you get the rest of our DIY Advent series. And please comment if you have any suggestions, any questions, you need any clarification, or if you've got ideas for future videos. I do have them all planned out, but I would be willing to make extras if you guys have special requests. So thanks again, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye guys.